I've been on Cardone University for 5 months now and already generated over 165,000 US dollars.
I went from $0 to almost $5 million in net worth.
I've been on Cardone University for 5 months now and already generated over 165,000 US dollars.
I went from $0 to almost $5 million in net worth.
So, like, if you weren't doing this, what would you be doing?
Business for a fact, man.
What kind of business?
Oh, man, you put me on the spot now.
Multifamily, real estate.
Lena, we're not talking to you. We're talking to Jorge, okay? I want to know what he'd be doing, all right?
Not to go that route, but obviously real estate is awesome. You know, it's always been amazing throughout the history. So either real estate, something, I don't know, something that would like speak to my soul, that I could just submerge in and read about it all day and just get better at it.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I do in training. That's kind of, I just polish up techniques all day. I work the guys because I love it. I love what I do. So I'm able to go to the gym more often because I just love it. So it'd be something related to that. It's the same thing when I'm done with fighting, I'm gonna pick something that's up my alley that I could just do all day long, you know?
So let's talk about the big fight, okay? Everybody's got to be asking you, right? Like, I asked you in there, I said, hey, did you plan that, what do you even call that? Fastest knockout?
Flying knee.
Flying knee.
Yeah, flying knee is that technique.
You could do it to me right now?
No. That's only reserved for like, for assholes, bro. You know?
Okay.
So guys like Ben Askren and stuff, man.
Yeah. You wanted to kill him, didn't you?
I wanted not kill him,
no,
but I definitely wanted to change his outlook on life, you know, show him like, man, this is a different league, man. You got to slow down with all that talking, you know. Plus, I've known him for a while, and he's been like talking for a while. I never paid attention to him because he's like a nobody, you know. It's like some guy from some real estate company that's never sold a house talking crap to you. And you're
Yeah.
Slow down.
But dude, I got a lot of guys that do this to me.
Yeah. And you can't acknowledge those guys because if not, you build them up, you know, if you even acknowledge them.
Right.
So when he finally came over to my side of the world, I was like, all right, I'll give it to you, you know. So besides it being one of my most profitable fights, on a personal level, it was pretty sweet, you know, because this guy's been talking crap for like maybe 7 years, you know. Yeah.
About you or about
me? About me. You
know?
know?
Really?
Yeah, about my style, about workouts. You know,
I got 2 or 3 guys that talk shit about me.
Don't you want to just? That's the best thing about my job. That's why I can't see myself quitting. My coworkers, when I don't like them, I get to, you know, and paid for it on top of it.
Yeah, and you get to be like, okay, we could talk about it, or we could just do it right here.
No, usually it's just, and then the paycheck comes for it, which is the sweetest thing
How
ever.
big's the pay for a fight like that?
Oh, that one was pretty good. I have like a structured pay, like they give me this to perform, and then they give me this to win, and then there's the bonuses included. And then after that, the doors open up for bigger fights. Like this one with Nate it's gonna dwarf the last one, you know? Yeah.
You excited about that?
Super excited, man.
So do you get in this game? I mean, this game's got, how many fighters in the UFC?
500 something plus.
Yeah, 500 something.
And another 500 probably coming every year. Like,
yeah,
younger guys.
It's hard to get. It's hard to get in. It's harder to stay in.
It's hard to get in, harder to stay in.
Yes, the competition is so high. They'll bring a guy that's 10-0 on the regional circuit, or maybe he's competed around the world and he's 10-0, 12-0. He gets to the UFC, loses 2 in a row, they cut him, gone. So to stay
because he doesn't
harder.
draw, or because he won't win, or
it could be a combination of things. Some guys are just that level of competition. It's like college football, and then you go to NFL. The speed's a little different. These guys are getting after. You're talking about the best guys in the world. Same thing in the UFC. So you're coming in there, and all of a sudden it's a different ball game. You know, you got a crowd that's intimidating, and the people, the athletes, have been doing it their whole life. You know, most of us start as kids. So a lot of guys outside maybe start when they're like 16, 17, 20 years old, and they're pretty good on a regional circuit or outside of the UFC and other promotions. But when they come over here, you're meeting guys like me that all they've ever done is just combat, you know?
Yeah. So when did you start?
I started like on and off, like around 7 years old, 6 years old. You know, I'd be like in a karate
Your parents
studio
got you interested in it, or?
I was interested in it. My mom at the time would take me out of those programs because she thought it'd be worse for me, because I'd go in school and get in like in a scrap, you know, or something like that, and then she's like, no, I can't have this. Or if the grades were bad, she'd take me out of the program. So that was actually worse, because then I had all this energy. I have tremendous amount of energy all day long, man. I'm just running like a motor. So I got to burn it off. And as a kid, they didn't know how to channel that energy.
Right,
so
right.
it lead me into getting in trouble. Once I found the gym and I was able to put all my energy into that, the trouble disappeared overnight.
So did anybody tell you had some kind of learning disability or problems learning?
Yeah, in school?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did those go away when you immerse yourself?
Yeah. In practice, I could watch film, I could talk to my coaches, I could do the thing for hours. In school, it was tough because I have all this energy, and the teachers didn't know how to deal with it, you know?
So do you think that, like, was it the study, or was it like you just, it wasn't fast enough for you?
The learning environment, I would say, you know. Because after, you know, I'm just recalling real quick, if I went to PE and I got to like burn out the energy, then come
Everything
back to the next
fine.
class, I'd do all right. I'd sit
Yeah.
down and like, oh, okay, calculus, got it, you know?
Yeah.
But other than that, it was rough for me, man. I couldn't just sit in a classroom and 8 hours of hearing somebody talk. No, my motor's going high wire.
I understand the motor. I got a lot of motor too.
Yeah,
so.
I can tell.
You can?
Yeah.
What about that room right there?
Oh, that was energy. It's
Right?
like real life shit though, man. This is
Yeah,
a
but
real
that guy's a punk. That's the guy I'd like to take in a cage
I'm
and just
saying-
beat the I've already challenged him to a cage. Like get in there, let's go,
Hey, I'm
dog.
in your corner.
Huh?
Can I be in your corner?
Please.
Okay. Goodness.
Because he's gonna try some dirty. Well, he'll never get in the cage because he's just a crook.
Goodness gracious, I love this.
So you just can't put the guy in front of the light, because once you do, he's like, I got to go away.
Yeah.
I got no real fight. I got to cheat people.
Goodness, cockroaches, the lights turn on, he's gonna
Totally
run
cockroach. Boom.
out. Goodness, man, we gotta
we're
have
gonna
this
get
guy
along.
around for the camps, man.
Yeah, so, dude, I hate people. I hate people claiming they can do something and they can't do it.
Yeah.
And that's why I love that fight. Like you showed that guy. Hey,
Oh yeah.
I don't even remember his name anymore.
Me neither, man. And you know what? They say it's not good to speak about people that are no longer with us, that are gone to the other side. So I really don't talk about them too much anymore these days, man.
Yeah. So your next fight. Well, let me ask you this question. Let me back up a second. How many brothers and sisters?
I got a half brother from my dad's side.
Okay. And then you talked about your mom, your dad. What's your
Yeah.
dad do? Where are they?
My dad lives with me. We basically work together. He makes sure that the camp is running smooth. He's in contact with all my coaches on the regular. I travel a lot. I have a 10-year-old daughter and my 4-year-old son, so he helps me out tremendously, you know. So if I'm not there, he's on the go constantly, you know.
How did you guys fund fighting? Like, because your first fight couldn't have paid you anything.
Yeah, they don't pay crap.
That's how Dana's getting rich, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Is he rich? Is Dana getting rich?
Oh, Dana's been rich for a long time.
Yeah,
Dana's got the long time money, man, and it's only gonna keep coming.
Yeah.
He's set for life. But my dad, he wasn't there financially because he couldn't be at the time, you know. So I just fought, and it takes a while to go from the JV leagues to a decent league to finally get to UFC. And finally, when you get to the UFC, you get a paycheck. That's a process, you know. It doesn't happen overnight. My dad was just there emotionally for me. Sponsors, I didn't have none. When I was coming up, I didn't have no sponsors whatsoever.
We need to get 10X to sponsor you.
Yeah, that'll be sweet. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to get like a 10X tattoo on him
Like those big
for the Nate
handles.
fight. Yeah, like just.
They used to do it in boxing, Golden Palace and stuff like that.
He's controlling almost all the sponsorship stuff though.
Dana? Oh,
shorts.
everything in the UFC is
ring.
strictly, we don't get to do any of that. They dictate the sponsors, and some of the bigger ones that are sponsoring me now, like Monster and stuff, but it's still a process to get those bigger sponsors.
Most of my audience is watching are entrepreneurs, startups, guys starting businesses, and talk to them about how important is talent, then training, and then the competition, because all those things take place in your space, right?
Yeah, well, man, it applies to real life so much, you know. It's just if you want it, man, you know. I mean, I remember sleeping in the back of my car and looking up and like, man, I'm gonna get out of here and this is the way I'm gonna do it no matter what. And just putting everything aside. I could have been at a nightclub or I could have been doing other things, but all I cared about was the gym and making it to the gym, just punching in that clock. It was just a matter of time before that kid that was 15, 16-year-old and me, it was just a matter of time and putting in that time. So I tell the same thing to anybody, no matter what your field is, if you really want it that bad, you'll make it happen, you know. If you could put aside the distractions, the Instagram, TV, some charity event that there's gonna be girls there, and you're like, no, I'm gonna go to sleep early today, wake up and do what I gotta do. It just plans out over a period of time, I think, you know. Keep punching in that clock.
But I mean, everybody that's fighting at your level, they all gotta want it.
They all want it.
And they all gotta train.
And they're all comfortable with being uncomfortable. So you gotta learn to be an animal, you know. You gotta learn to swim. I wasn't a good swimmer. I learned how to swim because I heard a rumor that might make me 0.5% more cardio. Let's do it, you know. So I immersed myself in swimming for like 3-4 years. I'm an all right swimmer now. I wasn't the best runner, same thing. I heard rumors, man, if I become a better runner, I'll become a better fighter. Let's do it. Where's the track and field team? Where's the coach?
Wow.
And so on and so on and so on. I just keep putting myself in uncomfortable situations to where uncomfortable situations to where I'm comfortable in them often, you know, and that's what the fight is, because you could be winning for 14 minutes and the guy hits you with a shot you didn't see, and you're seeing stars, you're seeing 3 of these guys, and you're tired because you've been fighting for 14 minutes already. That's when that man, all that work I put in, am I gonna throw it away right now, or am I gonna just give it right back to the guy and break his nose and win, you know, and will my way through it?
But dude, isn't the other guy, I mean, the competition's gotta be thinking the same thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta want.
But it's the same thing in your field. Doesn't everybody want to be in your position?
Yeah, probably.
Why'd you say like, yeah, no, they all want to be in your position?
Well, no, I think they do, but they
just seen how you got these guys, when they looked at you, they went nuts, man. They're like, you're, you know, their thing. Everybody wants to be in your shoes. But you have to outwork those guys, you know?
Yeah. No, that's right.
Same thing, you just put in the clock, you know. I'm sure when you were starting up your business, they were like, nah, I'm not gonna lend you the money. And you were like, okay, that didn't work out, next, and you just kept punching in that clock. It's the same way I feel like I'm not gonna take no for an answer.
But why do you think some people squirt through like you did? Like you literally, you've hit the success band. Why do some people make it? I'm just asking your opinion. And some people don't. Same talent, they worked, they trained, they wanted it bad, but you made it and they don't.
The team helps tremendously. Having good people around me, good positive people, definitely helps to get that next level. Like I was talking about the running and swimming, you find yourself good people and surround yourself with them. That's definitely helped. I definitely believe God's helped me on some crazy situations in my life where I shouldn't be right here, right now. And that's definitely one of the bigger parts of it, you know. But
wasn't God helping those other guys too?
I'm not saying yes or no. I'm just saying there's been times.
You know for sure you got help.
For a fact I got a little extra there in some situations that I was like, how did I survive that?
Right.
I definitely got extra help, you know?
Yeah, I shouldn't be here for sure. For sure.
That's a for sure.
I should be on the other side.
Goodness. If you go to the other side, tell Ben I said hi.
Yeah. So how do you prepare for a Nate?
For a Nate?
Yeah.
Well, I got tools,
how far
right?
is that fight out?
A month now. Exactly about a month, you know? Yeah, about a month. And, you know, Abraham Lincoln said it best: if you give me 6 hours to chop a cherry tree, I'm gonna spend 4 sharpening my tools. And it's the same thing. I just sharpen tools all day long. I'm at the gym. I just literally got out of the gym now, and I'm just sharpening the tools all day long, whether it be running, putting gasoline in my body, or I'm just practicing a certain move, getting in as many reps as I can till I'm like disgusted by the technique. I don't want to do it anymore, but I know the only way to, like that knee, I repped that knee out throughout my whole career thousands of times, but in particularly for that individual, I don't know, I'd get up to like 500 a day sometimes. It's just, I'm just doing the movement, just doing
same move over and over.
Same move, different scenarios, different setups.
Physically, now are you in your mind running it out?
You kind of, you go into autopilot, you know, when especially when the workload is so heavy that if you start to think like, gosh, I got 500 reps, you might break, you know? So I just get into this autopilot to where my coach is like, all right, you hit the 500 next, and you're like, all right, what are we doing next, you know? And once you learn how to tap in that, it's a cool thing, especially for sports. In business, I don't know if you can do it as much because you guys got to read, talk, all that stuff. But in sports, I get to tap into that auto zone and just work it out, you know, get my miles in, run, swim, whatever I got to do.
No, I just finished the call, man, and I practiced the call before I did the call. I know what they're going to ask me.
Yeah. Visualizing,
I know what
practicing.
So the flying, what's it called, a flying knee?
Flying knee.
Yeah. Did you know you were going to pull that off in the first second of the fight?
Walking into the cage, my mind is, I'm not set on it yet. Like, is it the first round, the second round, the third round? Is it like when we have space? Because I need a little bit of space for that particular technique. So walking in there, I'm not 100% knowing when I'm gonna do it because there's just this ick factor. I gotta see this guy, I gotta see his body language. Let me just walk in there. I get in the cage, I blow in some kisses, I say hello.
Did you?
Yeah. And
Why, what are you doing?
I just getting in his head, you know, just
Right,
making
right.
him like, I can't wait to grab you. You wanna grab me? Okay, I got a surprise for you. So once I see his body language across the cage, I knew it. I was like, oh, I'm doing it. Right off rip.
So it literally went through your head. Okay, I'm opening with this.
Yeah, as soon as I saw him, I go, yeah, he's checkmate. You know, his body language, the way that he was, the fear that he had in him, the nervousness. I knew there's no way he's not gonna be able to adapt. He's not a guy that could adapt. He gets home, his power's turned up. Yeah, he gets fixed, exactly. He gets home, the lights are out, the guy's gonna die. You know, what's going on? FPL shut my light. He's gonna die.
Things have to be a certain way for him.
He can't adapt, and I noticed that throughout the week as well. It was
you watching tape or?
No, not from tape. From just interacting with him, just like this. I'm
interviews.
really good at picking up signs in my sport. You know, from body language, from how guys talk. I'm a master of that. The book is coming for reading souls through body language.
Yeah.
And I was able to read it, man, just like a book, you know. So I knew it. You know, there's no stopping it.
Fastest knockout ever.
Yes, sir.
And you're trying to get it. Why are you trying to get it?
So it could last a
Because
lifetime.
it was faster than 5 seconds.
Yeah. The referee was making contact with me around 3, so we're trying to get it stopped at 3, and
So that it
hopefully-
lives in history.
Yeah, it lives in history forever. You know, not that 5 it'll be easy to break, but 3 is like I'm set. You know, I don't have to worry about that.
How important was what happened after that? The interviews, the social media marketing to your brand, to lift who you are.
Huge. I've always had the skill set. You know, my closest will tell you, my management, my teammates, my coaches, but I never had a public behind me. So it takes, you got to get to the next level, you have to have that push. So when you go sit with the UFC and you go, this is what we want. We want to eat at the table. We don't want the scraps. They go, man, this guy's got an army behind him, and we got that army behind
meaning
us.
the following, social media following.
Yeah, the social, everywhere. Social media following, the requests that we get from, like I get a lot of interviews, people that want to interview me from England,
Right.
from Russia, from Europe, and they go, wow, this guy is bigger than we could have expected. So when we sit down at the table and we tell them this is what we want, now they know they can't really mess around too
It gives
much,
you leverage in the negotiations.
Huge leverage. I mean,
So
it's everything.
for the business owner out there that's delivering a quality product, you would be the product. But the marketing, the promo, the interest, what would you say to that business owner? The product's more important or the marketing of the product, the interest in the product?
I forgot who said it, but I think maybe it was Arnold that said you could have the greatest product, but if you don't have the selling behind it, the marketing means nothing. And you see it all the time, you know, like, I don't know, maybe let's take for example like the selfie stick, and just had some good promotion, it was a good idea, and it was everywhere, you know, it was all over social media. I just think that's super important, you know, you have to be solid, but marketing is everything nowadays, I think.
So now it brings me to this thing about, because particularly in your situation, I'm thinking about the other guy right now that I forgot his name.
Don't worry about it. Not important.
Yeah. I hear a lot of people say that failing is the thing that makes them, failing's important.
Oh, super, I think.
But in your case, success
Yes.
or failure, because the success in that particular event, it gives you a big rise. I don't remember the other guy. I don't remember second place or third place.
Yeah. And
So
and it speaks to that individual. Like if he could rise from that, and then somehow 4 or 5 years from now, you know his name, it would speak great volumes of him, testimony. For him to be buried rock bottom and then somehow be able to rise up. And that's happened to me many times. When I was coming up, I didn't have a public behind me, so I would compete against a lot of guys that it was in their home country. I was very known for that. Like, oh, you're from Ireland? Okay, I'm gonna go over there and fight you. I'd win a lot of fights but lose decisions. So that kind of showed me, like, I gotta end guys. I can't take it to decision. I can't have the referee. Yeah, you gotta end them, because if not, I could lose that decision. So that's wired into my brain. Like if I go to decision, I take it as I lost, because I've had a lot of losses like that where I beat the crap out of guys and I just didn't get the nod. You know, one judge said I won all 3 rounds. The other 2 judges said he won all 3 rounds. It's the weirdest stuff where you're watching the same fight. How could this be? It's a lot to do with politics as well.
So don't leave it up to others.
Don't leave it up to others. And it's so easy to say because I'm fighting another trained killer, another guy that's been training since 8 years old. All he does is this. For 10 weeks of his life, besides his whole life, he's just getting ready for me, watching tape, seeing all my movements. Every little thing that I do, he has them jotted down and mentally prepared for it. So it's a lot easier to say than do. But it's kind of what I have to do, you know, because if I go to decision with that guy, maybe I lose. Who knows, you know? I know if I end him, if I hit the off button.
You don't mind though. It seems like you don't mind losing. Like you got it that might be part of the game.
I rather almost, it sounds cliche, I almost rather die than lose, but if I lose, I know I'm going to bounce back from it. I know what it takes, just get myself in the gym. It's easy, my work is cut out for me. Put my hard head on and just get right back to work, you know? That's it. You know, I'm sure you've had deals that went sour and you're just like...
I lose more than I get.
Goodness.
I lose more than I get, man. But
It's coming
the
from the
ones
man
I get,
himself, he's saying that. Okay.
the ones I get make up for the ones I lost.
Okay, I like that. I'm in the same boat as you then, pretty much, you know?
Well, you shouldn't be in a boat because you don't swim that well. You gotta stay away from boats.
I should be in the boat if I'm gonna be on water because I don't swim that well. With the
Well,
life
we
jacket.
in Miami, so we need to know about swimming and
We
boats.
need to know about swimming.
Okay, so how do you prepare for Nate?
Sharpen up the tools, have a great gas tank behind me because he has a pretty good gas tank. That'd be his
Meaning
biggest-
cardio? Is that-
Cardio, yeah. His cardio is phenomenal. His heart is phenomenal. And he's a dog. He's the type of guy, if I don't take him out.
He's a dog. You're saying that in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way. Like if you don't shoot that dog in the head, he's gonna keep coming at you. If you shoot him in the leg, he's gonna keep coming at you. And that's what he is, you know. If I was to hit him with a baseball bat in the kneecaps, it doesn't matter to that guy. I've seen it already. He's gonna smile at me and keep coming right forward. So I have to disconnect him completely, send him out to outer orbit where he's gone, where he physically, his body's not connected to his mind. Is the only way to beat a guy like that.
I was watching Holloway fight last night.
With
Who was he fighting?
Max Holloway?
Yeah.
Stud.
The
Stud.
cardio on that guy is crazy.
And his distance, his timing, he's a phenomenal fighter.
And the Louisiana boy couldn't put him down.
Poirier, yes.
Poirier.
He's a
Couldn't put him
teammate
down.
of mine.
Yeah,
Dustin.
oh, really?
Yeah.
That's where I'm from. I'm from Louisiana.
No way, for real?
Yeah. But I just saw that last night in that fight that Holloway just kept coming back like he's so dangerous because he
doesn't
just
give up.
So, what do you do when you transition out of this game? You can't last forever, right? So it's like NBA, NFL.
Yeah. I got about a good 4 years left in me. That are gonna be my best 4 years, you know. I've been working a lot for this moment to get here where I'm like financially set and I don't have to worry about certain things that maybe were affecting training camps or things like that. So these last 4 years, I'm gonna just put on the best performance of my career, and then I got options. Like as far as like my body goes, I'd still be fresh for other things, you know, whether it be other athletic endeavors, you know. I could do a lot of good things in the sports world still. I'm gonna compete maybe in maybe some CrossFit World Championships later, because a lot of the CrossFit things that they do is what we do to get ready for a fight, but minus a fight. So I could still do that part. I could still lift weights, run, swim at a high level. So I think I might go in there just to win a couple competitions. I still want to push my soul, you know.
What do you do? What do you do with your money in the interim? Like how do you prepare for transition, or do you think about it?
I think about it a lot. I think about it more from the point of my kids. I just want to make sure that their schools are paid off, high school, university. I got some good plans for them. They go to some good universities. Nobody from my family's graduated.
Send them
from
to my
like,
university, man. Let me teach them right here.
Got it, man. You got it.
Rather than those Harvards.
Oh, you got it, man. It's a no-brainer. Let's do it.
Right
I got the dean is telling me
Cardone University,
scholarship and on
scholarship's done.
The dean said it himself. Right. Okay, I'm not the guy you want to tell that to. I'll show up with my kids here.
No, just drop them off.
I will show up at your front door.
I'm their uncle.
I will be here.
I'm a lot of people's uncle.
Okay, I will. You could ask people to know. I will be here. I'll come here every Sunday. Drop them off. I'll pick them up next Sunday.
Done. So what do you do? Like when you make money, like you look at money and say, hey, I need to take some of this money and push it away and start investing it, or?
Definitely. Real estate, not to sound like cliche, but if I have a house and I have a roof over my head and I could give that house to my kids, I think I put them ahead of the curve. I didn't have these things growing up. I want to make sure their education and their house is done. They don't have to worry about that. Give a house to each one of them, and then if I could keep adding to that, that's probably what I'm going to keep doing, you know?
Yeah. Well, anything I can do to help you on the real estate front. If I take this dude in the cage, if he takes me up, there's two guys I'd like to take into the cage. I'm 61. But I'll take either one of them. Both of them younger than me, and I'll take them both.
Who are we talking about?
I'm not.
You're gonna say the names?
No, I'm not gonna say the names.
Suspense?
Yeah. So, but I'll tell you later. One of them said. I don't even want to mention his name because he's
I
like.
feel you. You don't like to mention the names, make him famous. I got it.
He's just a piece of garbage. Like
Joe
I
Blow.
don't even think he's a person. Like
yeah.
he's not even a person. He's just a piece of shit.
Well,
and the other dude, he's a decent guy, but he just talks too much.
Okay.
And he's always like, talk.
I know exactly what you mean.
And I say, hey, both of us shut up, because we both talk a lot. But we just find out, let's go crack each other.
I got this.
I give him 90 days. I give him 90 days, and I get 90 days to train.
You're gonna train my kids.
That's
to build
right.
an empire,
You train me,
and I'm gonna train you, and that's it.
just to clip a guy.
That's it. It's done.
We might even do a pay-per-view. If I could talk this one dude to do a pay-per-view, it'd be $1 million fight.
Talk to that guy right there. He'll set you up on a pay-per-view.
Okay, I'm telling you, I might be the highest-paid amateur fighter.
We'll make it
at 60 years old.
If somebody can make it happen, it's that guy right there.
Okay, let's do it, Abe. Okay. All right. What would you tell the last thing before we close out? What would you tell anybody watching? There's some guy 17 years old, 27 years old, and some guy 47 years old about the next transition of their life. What should they be doing right now, regardless of where they are?
Sheer determination and focus. People say, and I'm saying it right now. And most people watching this, it kind of went over their head. You know, if you really want it, and give an example, social media is. Let's say you're spending 2 hours on that, liking pictures.
Yeah.
And you're such a great thrill to see the comments and the pictures.
Right.
But those 2 hours are not going towards your path of greaterness of the next level. What are you doing, man? And then you're gonna be the guy that says, "Oh, I never get nothing in life." Or if you're going to a nightclub and you make $1,000 a week and you're spending $500.
You spend any time in the clubs at all?
I try not to, especially here in Florida. It's
Has anything
crazy.
good ever happened to you in a club?
No.
Other than that one thing you just talked about.
meeting demons. That's
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And the demons are cool, but it's no, nothing good at a nightclub. Right. Not that I can think of. You know.
So you would tell people right now, dude, pay the price.
Pay the price now, and then enjoy the benefits of your labor later. Easy.
Huh? Champ right here. Okay, the fastest knockout. What's your weight class?
170 pounds.
God damn, you weigh. What do you weigh?
Right now, 181 pounds.
Yeah, he weighs what? How tall are you?
5'11".
Dude, he's 3 inches taller than me, and we weigh the same.
I a lot of.
And I got more muscle than you got.
You do.
Huh?
You do. But I got a little
So
bit
you
of
don't
cardio.
care, huh? You don't care.
I got a little bit of cardio.
So tell me about the muscle. Like you don't care about muscle. I see a lot of those guys in there. They're like, there's
for me to like look jacked or for
no,
when
for
I'm
you to
fighting
do
a
your
competitor?
job. Like you're a mechanic. Right?
I
mean,
have
you're-
phases where I'll look a little bit more bulky because I won't have a fight. So the program is just let's put on weights, let's lift hard, let's get heavy, let's get as strong as
for
possible.
aesthetics or strength.
For strength, always is going to be for strength, speed, power, endurance. You know, so there'll be a phase where I'm just doing a lot of Olympic lifts, and I'll get a little bigger during that phase because I have eat whatever the seafood diet, eat whatever I want, and just put on weight. And now that I'm a month away, it's specific to what I'm gonna do, which is just fight. So I'm gonna be a little leaner to be quicker, and I'm just working exactly on what I'm gonna do in the fight. You know, I'll train around the same time at night, and everything is just clockwork to that day comes. I'm just doing it everything like the fight is.
Where's the fight?
Madison Square Garden, New York.
You think I can get in there, man?
I'm sure we can get you.
You know what? We
can
get him
carry a
in
towel
there,
or something?
and then he calls out the dude that he wants to scrap with. We start selling that pay-per-view right there.
Huh?
Businessman.
Let's call him little bitch.
Little bit. You're gonna call out little bitch. I want a percentage of the pay-per-views. Okay, I'm gonna
No.
be the promoter. I'm gonna be the Dana White of this bitch. I'm gonna make sure you get.
Dude, I don't even need any of the money from it. I mean, it'll skyrocket my brand so big. Like I'll give you the money, give you some of the money,
Let's do it.
and I'll give that guy some money because he's gonna need some of it. After
The hospital bills.
After I beat his career's gonna be over.
Man, this dude is one mean son of a bitch.
I'm
man.
gonna end his career, man.
Man, you one mean little fucker.
Well,
You
'cause
ever-
when
Louisiana,
when I was a kid, dude, I was beat up every week in high school.
And Louisiana boys are mean because Dustin's the same type of just a
Oh, really?
mean-spirited
He's mean?
kid. He's fucking mean, man. Mean guy.
I was just beat up too much, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
So
okay,
now
I
you just
can't
wanna-
fight. I can't fight. I can't play football. I didn't make a baseball career, so I just have to make business work.
Business,
So
and
look,
now
I
you're
got-
gonna hurt some people.
Well,
Now, I'm gonna help you, man. I got the same feeling. I like to
You-
hurt
you
people
understand me,
that I
right?
dislike.
Yeah.
Believe me, if there's one person in the world that understands you, it's me.
yeah, don't worry about that, man. Don't worry. Okay, so Johnny, you need some training from this guy, right?
Oh yeah.
Huh? I appreciate you coming in, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you're inspiration to Miami, inspiration to the United States, inspiration to fighters, entrepreneurs,
Thank you,
and
sir.
definitely an inspiration to me and my wife. I
Thank
really
you, sir.
appreciate it, okay?
Appreciate
Thanks.
that for
True
having me.
power player here. If you got what it takes, if you paid the price if you've paid the price, okay, and you got success in the ring and outside the ring like this dude, let us know. I want to have you on the show.
I've been on Cardone University for 5 months now and already generated over 165,000 US dollars.
I went from $0 to almost 5 million in net worth.
I've been on Cardone University for 5 months now and already generated over 165,000 US dollars.
I went from $0 to almost 5 million in net worth.